I want to tell people who are not a part of this community that they do not know what they're missing on, because everyone here has a different experience with the community, but it's still as beautiful as everyone else's.
At peace with myself and whatever we have done here, and I feel a lot of gratitude. Genuinely, each one of you has played some or the other role in making sure we reach where we have reached, in smaller capacities, very large capacities, and random capacities as well, and abstract capacities as well. So the beginning started from the idea that I had a lot of curiosity and a lot of questions, which I did not have answers to. I felt that everybody around me had answers to those questions. And with the kind of environment we are growing up in, we are expected to have streamlined answers to these questions, and we are expected to have answers of all kinds. Every random thing to every big thing, she's been involved. Her official title now is, obviously, in the corporate sense, it is a strategic consultant, a sort of a thing. But I believe it's more chaos coordinator. For you, for a member, it still remains one, a place to chill and unwind. Second, a place where you can connect with people, network, and just find kind of people who you were probably always looking for. A comfortable space to just be yourself. And if you're here to learn, then definitely do that as well. If you do, you remember the first time you had joined Abstract? Can you describe that day for us? What is your core memory when it comes to Abstract? What word do you associate with Abstract? And what was that one discovery that you made when you joined Abstract? It could be a film, a book, or something about yourself.
I like to read things from different genres, and that is a habit that Abstract created from me. Now if I read like multiple ऐसे 2 consecutive romance books अगर मैंने पढ़ ली तो मुझे ऐसा लगेगा कि मैं अपनी लाइफ वेस्ट कर रही हूँ.
First of all, people who are intently looking and watching a movie without commenting or reacting instantly, ऐसा ये मतलब शिद्दत से खाली movie देख रहे हो, उसके बाद you're reacting or you're kind of discussing on it. So I experienced this with very limited few people who I knew in my circle, but as a community I was never part of this.
And we had just like chilled on the beach, and I think we played Antakshari on the beach. I think we were sitting there for quite some time. I actually sang and whatever, like socialized in public, so the big thing for me. And I think one word that comes to my mind if I like think of Abstract is probably exploration, because I don't know, I did do things before, but I didn't do things with like a path or like somewhere to get or like something to do with like some possible outcome. And I think I've always struggled with that. So it really aligned me in that way. It's become like this will be very cringe to hear and very cringe for me to say, but it's kind of become like family.
You said it. You said it.
So yeah, it's just like everyone is just like so chill, and it's like ऐसे साथ में रहते हैं पर अलग-अलग कोने में, and it's just so easy. It's like how friendship should be.
Do you remember the first time you had joined Abstract? Yes, I do remember the first time. I'm just wondering which moment to pick. Was it the first session? Was it the discussion 3 months back wherein Priyanka legit said, I do not want to talk about fiction because fiction is not like good. I want to talk about non-fiction and, books based on data, and I want to simplify data for other people. God knows what. The thing is that I never thought I would make so many friends. I thought I'd reached the peak of making friends. Because not abhi I'm done. College ho gaya, work also. Good. I don't want to make friends now. But it was just so nice meeting such genuinely amazing people, and I'm missing some of them right now so much. Like films can be downloaded on Telegram. Like I had no idea there's a whole thing like that. I still can't do it, by the way. Like I've asked Uncle, I've asked Mayan. Each time they're just like, you just have to search the film and it comes, and I don't know. I've just not been able to figure it out yet.
I don't have to mention this, but if I'm at office and I'm attending this, you must understand already how important this must be for me. I joined with a lot of fear inside me. I wanted a space where I could create an identity for myself, and I didn't want to know anyone in the community. So I could rebrand myself, like, discover and see a new personality. I think abstract room as one of my personality. If I had a Tinder profile, I would put member of abstract room on it, because it's like how guys put 6 feet as a personality trait. For me, member of abstract room is a personality trait. This is the place where you do not have to pretend. You can come and tell that I am going through a really hard time, and people will not be like, oh, this got dark. That kind of situation never happens. Everyone receives it the same way. And I think everyone who joins here have a certain type of maturity level, emotional maturity, to understand that life happens. And because you don't get that kind of support from everywhere in your life, abstract does it for you. So that's why even if you don't get to join the sessions all the time, you know that there's a community that you can count on. I want to tell people who are not a part of this community that they do not know what they're missing on, because everyone here has a different experience with the community, but it's still as beautiful as everyone else's. I've seen you also grow in this journey, and I've seen your self doubts and all of it. But I'm so glad, irrespective of whatever you went through, on a very selfish note, irrespective of what you went through, you've kept this community and kept so many people sane.
One of my core memories is actually outside of abstract room, all thanks to people like Pranav and other people who give out huge amounts of information. Like all of the things which Pranav says, I just regurgitated outside of abstract room just to appear smart.
I do not think that I had grown in 3 years of college as much as I've grown in 3 years of abstract. There used to be this time where we had 4 sessions only in a month, and I would actually, line up my days as in, like, 7 days before a movie is going to be discussed. I would watch that movie and then make notes of it, and we used to read books together. So my entire content watch list and reading list used to be what abstract was doing, and that sort of brought some routine into my life. I never thought that reading could be a social activity, and lately I think reading has become a social activity, as in, like, I really enjoy reading with someone, and it's only because of abstract.
After when you come to after a point of time when you started working in the corporate field, everything becomes very very give or take. Okay, सब कुछ लाइक you're doing something किसी ना किसी के लिए किसी ना किसी को फायदा हो रहा है करके. मैं कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ पिछले 1 साल से abstract के लिए. I'll be honest about it. But he still sends me this, right? And then he still makes an effort. So that is something that I feel that if anything, abstract continues with that, you guys will definitely grow because you value people. मैं एक ट्रेन में सफर कर रहा था रात को, okay, और उसको कोई सेशन था, तो इन द नाइट कुछ 10-11 बजे एसी कंपार्टमेंट से बाहर आके मैं मान नहीं है मेरा, बट आई एम स्टिल अटेंडिंग एब्स्ट्रैक्ट सेशन और फर्स्ट क्लास एसी में था और मैं बाहर खड़े बिकॉज नेटवर्क वहीं पे आ रहा है, तो वॉशरूम के पास खड़े मैं देख रहा हूँ कि एब्स्ट्रैक्ट सेशन हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है. माय वाइफ टेल्स मी तुम्हारा एब्स्ट्रैक्ट का सेशन नहीं होता है. मैंने अरे ऑफिस से टाइम ही नहीं मिलता, दिमाग खराब हो गया मेरा.
Online screening of Lali, the short story, along with the Q&A with the director, which for me was very a novelty thing, to watch a movie which hasn't been released till now, and actually to talk to the director. I thought कि न्यू ज्वाइन ही है, मैंने अपना वीडियो ऑफ किया था, मुझे कोई एड्रेस नहीं करेंगे, आई जस्ट लिसन टू इट. बट संकल्प इज लाइक बस 1-2 मिनट में ही उसने कहा था यस, विल टॉक टू द न्यू मेंबर्स एंड हाउ what Shefali is doing, and can you tell something about yourself? Finding abstract was a big deal for me. It was just to be, a place where you belong. There's a very warm feeling, very welcoming feeling, very good vibes that come from these sessions. Even if I don't contribute too much or I'm not prepared at all, I'm just happy. I mean, after the sessions are completed, I mean, मैंने शायद 1-2 वर्ड भी नहीं बोला होगा बहुत से सेशंस में, बट वो खत्म होने के lightness feeling आती है.
Because of my MBA preparations, I left abstract for 5-6 months. Fucked up. My life was so fucked up that it was like कि बस पढ़ाई करो दिन भर, घर पे आओ, बैठ जाओ, खाना खाओ, सो जाओ, कुछ नहीं था जिंदगी में उसके अलावा. The discoveries that I've made, the first and the foremost was Pranav's vocabulary. ठीक है, he writes long messages. You have to read those. पढ़ने के लिए 5 मिनट जाता है, समझने के लिए 5 मिनट जाता है. उसके बाद अगर कोई लाइन में तुमको वर्ड नहीं समझ में आता, तुम पहले गूगल पे सर्च करो वर्ड क्या मीन करते हैं, नहीं तो तुमको मैसेज समझेगा नहीं. मेरा ऐसा था कि नाउ माय मोटिव टू गो इनटू अ थिएटर और टू वॉच अ मूवी इज कि अच्छा ये इसका सेशन हो सकता है एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में, इसको सही से देखना है.
In a very positive connotation, I have a very toxic relationship with abstract. मतलब ना छोड़े छूटता है और ना अटेंड होता है.
Sheer enthusiasm and passion to, even more than the cause of art, I feel, bring people together for something greater than themselves. In even more than aspirational, I would say it's a space that makes you want to actively bring out the best in yourself as a human being, as a listener, as a contributor, as a sort of medium through which other people might be ignited or might be able to perceive the world the way you do. Abstract is life itself. It is people come and go, character, you fight to keep the character of something alive and intact. You sometimes remake it, restore it, mold it, pivot it, bring it back to where it was. Sometimes you question building something and seeing that it lasts the test of time. And I would be active in abstract more. I know I will be active in abstract more is a line that Sankalp is tired of hearing from almost every member, and it has become almost anathema now कि अरे यार ये तो मत ही बोल, इसके अलावा जो बोलना है बोल, ये बोल दिया तो उधर ही cancel. The faces change, the spirit remains the same. Long live abstract. That's it.
आपके लिए like I'll dedicate this line for you. और आपकी तरफ से भी आप कह सकते हो कि बहुत फेमस शेर है कि मैं अकेला ही चला था जाने पे मंजिल मगर लोग आते गए कारवा बनता गया. पूरे इसके लिए मेरे को आपका नाम कुछ और रखना तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि आप एब्स्ट्रैक्ट के धोनी टाइप हो. सो somebody who actually takes back seat a lot of time और लोगों को आगे बोलने देना वगैरह वगैरह. थोड़ा सेल्फिश हूँ मैं. सो है आई एक्चुअली फील गुड कि हाँ 13 के, बट ये 13 लोग भी होते हैं ना, तो मेरे को लगता है कि जब भी आप आओ ऐसा होता है ना कि एक दोस्तों का ग्रुप है, उसमें एक बंदा है जो कभी भी आ जाता है और स्टिल पीपल ट्रीट हिम वेरी वेल एंड सो ऑन. तो आई फील दिस प्लेस लाइक दिस कि हाँ ठीक है आऊंगा तो एटलीस्ट वुड लर्न समथिंग और वुड फील गुड हियर.
If someone कल को मेरे को कोई पूछता है ना आपको ऐसा टीचर्स कौन मिले हैं कि मतलब उसपे सबसे बड़े टीचर्स कौन है, तो उसमें ना लाइक सबसे ऊपर कैटेगरी में ना एब्स्ट्रैक्ट रूम होगा, क्योंकि इस जगह ने जितना मुझे टीच किया है, ठीक है, लाइफ के बारे में, सिनेमा के बारे में, बुक्स के बारे में. फक आई वाज नॉट रीडर, ठीक है, मैं रीड करने आया था, ठीक है, अब आई एम एन एविड रीडर. देखो मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ क्विंटन टैरेंटिनो का सबसे नया बुक, ठीक है. तो हाँ आई वाज नॉट ए रीडर, मैं प्रॉपर रीडर बन गया आके. मतलब क्या तुम लोग क्या पाठ पट्टी पढ़ा दी मेरे को. मेरी मम्मी बोले बिगाड़ दिए तुम लोग मेरे लड़के को. तो हाँ यार मतलब आई डोंट नो, दिस प्लेस हैज गिवन मी अ लॉट. मतलब मैं कितना भी ऐसा गिव बैक कर दूं ना, कितना भी बूंदी सेव दे दूं, मैं कितना भी हक दे दूं, कितना भी ऐसा क्यूट क्यूट बात कर दूं, प्रणव को भले माल फुका दूं, मैं जो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मुझे दिया है ना, मैं उस चीज को कभी वापस नहीं कर पाऊंगा. वो तो मैं लिख के देता हूँ. अब मैं सोऊंगा प्लीज. मस्त आराम से सो.
Yeah, one discovery that I have made about myself through abstract is that I'm not as introverted as I thought I was.
I still remember like Chandra coming and saying ki, I told Bhardwaj ki I have entered the birthday in the Excel sheet so that he can enter it in the robot thing, and he replied like he doesn't need to do it. He's like created that, and he's talking to me as if there's some magic involved in it. क्यों अपने आप हो जाएगा, he said, like very very interesting information.
Yeah, and I replied to Bhargavi with the meme only. This is beyond science.
Not being overwhelmed by the enormity of the art, because like when I came here, I saw the people of both the spectrums, like those who know everything that I can think of, and those like there were also people who couldn't start reading a book or something. So like I had a whole spectrum, and I wasn't feeling very much overwhelmed or like I no longer saw art as something like that I could never fathom, and I was able to be comfortable with that thought that I can consume whatever art I can, and I can still be comfortable with it. One thing that I'm very proud of was reading the whole Crime and Punishment. I mean, I can never imagine myself reading such a thick book. It was like the achievement.
I remember everything was so familiar. for some reason. Like everybody just seemed very uh, friendly. I would say I'm not getting the right word, but it did not feel like I'm talking to strangers. Is what I can say.
When I joined in like the last two sessions which I had, I realized there is something extra which is happening. I can see what the amount of thing like the amount of effort which has gone through to build this in last 3 years. Like I can feel the warmth. Like I can see that this is a place to be where I can speak myself out. Like in the first session only, in probably 5-10 minutes only, I realized this. So it's an achievement.
That is the beauty of encountering people from abstract, because
Yeah.
you always
What
have the unexpected, and then still somehow you end up striking that chord, that note which transcends beyond physical and digital.
If you had to resonate abstract with one word, what will you call it? I'll call it home. I'll call it hope. Two words, I could not choose between either of these words.